Hi there, everyone. My name is Scott Forand, and if you're anything like me, you like it when images move into place. It just looks a little bit more professional like that, as opposed to, say, just kind of sitting there. So the question is, how do you do that? Well, it's actually not that difficult. Here's a quick demo for you. This is just your standard HTML document with an image brought in here in the middle of a div. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make a style sheet to go along with it. And for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to call it demo_style, which is right here. Now, the first thing to do here is we want to give our image tag an ID. So we'll type ID equals, and let's call it slide, just for the ease of use. Simple as that. Now, keep in mind, you want to make sure that the ID is for the image tag, not the div. If you do it to the div, it might work, but I think it'll be a little buggy for you. So, going back to the CSS, you'll see I've already set up a little bit of the function call that we need to do. I'm sure that's not the actual name for it, but this is how it's done. So we're going to call the slide ID, and this is just some basic dimension stuff. That's up to you. It's variable. Do whatever you want here. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to build an animation. There are a lot of different ways to move things, like transitions, that kind of thing, but I find the animation works a lot better and you have a little bit more control over it, especially if you're working within a flexbox. So let's get started. First off, thanks to my handy little header here, we want to make an animation name, and it's just as easy as that. Animation name, and what do we want to call this? Let's call it slide. Slide left, slide left. Now the number of iterations, and that's animation iteration count. And this is how many times you want the animation to play. Usually, you just want it once. The animation timing function, and that is ease in. You know, it depends on what you're going for, but this basically means that it will gradually slide in, and it just looks a little nicer for this particular use. Feel free to tweak it in your own discretion. Animation duration. Again, this is something that you'll just have to feel out here. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going with 1.5 seconds. You gotta have that little S there, or it's not gonna know what you're talking about. And finally, and this one's important, animation fill mode. We want to have this set to forwards. And what this is going to do is it's going to take our animation and it's going to play it, and it's going to make sure that the animation stays put in the spot that we finish it at. If we put it with anything other than forwards, it's more than likely going to end up back at the start. So, quick word to all the people using Chrome out there. This isn't going to work right away. Continue to feel free to keep listening, because we're only going to tweak it a little bit for you Chrome guys. But right now, this code's only really going to work for Firefox. So, we've got this down. We need to now define the keyframes, because basically what we just built is the engine. What we need to build now is the actual directions that we're going to be using. So, quickly, here it's at keyframes, and we called it slide left. Now this part is pretty simple. What we need to do here is define what we want at 0% and what we want at 100%. In this case, we want, oh geez, what was it again? Forgive me for double checking here. Ah, right. We want our margin left to be 0%. These are all settings you can tweak to suit your needs, but you know, when you find something good, you usually stick to it. And we want it to end at margin left 0%. Something I found out the hard way here, when we get around to the Chrome part of this, Chrome and Firefox handle margins differently than than one does with the other. So this will not have the same. It'll still work with the red additions, but it won't have the same positioning info. You'll see as I go through. And let's see, just for the heck of it, opacity 0 and opacity 1. And thanks to this ease in feature up here, it should slowly go from one point to the other. Now we'll save this, and I would play it right away, but my live demo is in Chrome, which means if I go to my live demo, nothing happens. This is what I was telling you about earlier. So we go back, and the change is actually really easy. We add slash dash, whatever you want to call that, WebKit. And then pretty much everything that I just wrote. Animation name slide left slash WebKit animation iteration count once animation timing function ease in I should really learn how to hotkey, because I think this would make this particular part of the task a lot easier. Basically what we're doing here is we're installing an adapter that allows this to work on browsers that use WebKits, of which Chrome is one. Now we're not quite done. Everything we have here now, we have to copy, paste, and you guessed it, WebKit. Now we save and go to the live preview, hit reload, and ta-da. But he's not moving right. I wonder what's up with that. Oh, right. I forgot my little extra thing here. Like I said, the margins don't work like you would expect them to, because Firefox and Chrome don't use the same kind. So let me just reference what I used before. -50, 0, 25, 1. Okay. So we'll go back to this. 25. Ta-da! Now I'm hoping that my capture managed to get that. So I'll do it one more time just to show you guys. And now every time that image loads, it's going to do that. So if you have some kind of iterant way to, say, change the image, every time that image loads up, it's going to go and push itself right to that spot with a nifty little animation. Anyways, that's everything I have to show for now. I hope it was useful. Thank you very much, and I hope to screencast again, hopefully with a better computer. Have a good one.